Given these missed opportunities in the first and second games, the world champion went into the Blitz playoff with some doubts. So much so that when he won the toss before the Blitz, he was unsure whether to plump for black or white. After some deliberation, Kasparov opted for black, meaning he would get just 4 minutes to Kramnik's 5, but if the game were drawn, then Gaza would go through. I find this a remarkable decision. Kasparov was obviously unsure that he could beat Kramnik, even with the white pieces and an extra minute.
Okay, he's played a so-called Russian defense or Petrov defense.
They're moving very quickly, just bringing the pieces out. And Kasparov just looking for equality. All he needs is a draw, but he can't stop and think for too long. Kramnik is a speed specialist. But he's going to need to beat Kasparov, and he's castled on the left-hand side of the board, signaling his aggressive intentions of attacking Kasparov. Kasparov putting a knight in the middle of the board.
So when kings castle on opposite sides, it lends great dynamism to the position. You only need to open a file in front of the opposition king, and that can be fatal. Now Kasparov lashing out with his pawn, attacking the knight.
What a strange move.
Very strange. The knight moving out. Well, Kasparov taking great risks here. He's compromised his pawn structure.
And all he needs is a draw.
Yeah, and he's going for the attack. I'm amazed he's playing like this. So queen coming out to a5, attacking white pawn on a2 now.
Kramnik freezing for a moment.
So the attack on we've got the telestrator back. Attack on pawn on a2. Kramnik has played the pawn up to defending this pawn. But look at this structure. Black's pawn here, very weak indeed. Kasparov's idea, moving the pawn up to the c5 square, very risky indeed.
Very risky, and now he has to deal with the fact that this pawn will be threatened, and maybe this pawn will go. And Kramnik doesn't have to take this immediately, but look at this, Kasparov already starting with a 1 minute deficit, and now it has stretched to a minute and 20 seconds, and he's shaking his head already. He's only moved 12. He can't be happy with this situation. He's down to 252. It's as if he's on brain freeze right now. He's looking, he's trying to find a move, and he doesn't know what to do. He's just frozen. He's just frozen in his spot, and Kramnik very calm. Now the time getting even worse, and Kramnik has decided to ditch the d pawn. He played the move bishop to e6.
Now, if knight takes pawn, the question is, will Kasparov be able to play to pin the knight to the queen?
It doesn't look possible.
There's
Knight to b7, attacking the queen and attacking the rook. That looks
okay.
nasty. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Kramnik just double checking, and
he's taken it.
He's ripped that pawn off the board. Now he's up a pawn. Kasparov retreating his queen to the b6 square and getting ready to line up a rook on the d8 square, looking to win that knight. And Kramnik needs a move, and he's changed.
Oh, that's very powerful.
Kasparov knight away, and Kasparov playing knight to g4, now threatening knight takes on e3, and then winning a knight.
So, what's going to happen here? He can play the knight. He can play the knight back perhaps to the c4 square. That doesn't look too bad. That'll be attacking the queen at least.
The problem is that pieces would be exchanged.
He's played f5. Matching blow for blow.
Wow, these guys, they just won't back down. And now if knight takes, queen takes, and bishop takes, he can take this bishop, and then his queen can crash in on e6 and check. Kasparov needs a big-time move right now, and he's playing queen takes knight. Queen captures knight on d6, and it looks as if Kasparov has won his pawn back. Oh, it's a great move. Queen takes, and he's going to win his pawn back.
Okay, so now pawn takes bishop, at least. Now, well, maybe more than a pawn. Wait a second.
Queen takes,
he's
bishop
exchanged.
takes.
He's exchanged off first. Now what happens? Pawn takes bishop, knight takes,
rook
he's
takes,
played,
and knight takes e3, pawn takes, and now it is Kramnik's move, and his bishop is under attack.
Bishop comes out to d3. It's a good safe square, but Kasparov, he can snap another pawn off. He can snap the pawn off here. There's nothing to stop it.
Trying to decide on which one is Kasparov with only two.
No, he's defended the pawn. That's a very unusual decision. And the bishop coming to a superb square. He should have taken the pawn off.
Very strange decision. Now the bishop up to the e4 square.
Kasparov hesitated.
And oh my goodness, now bringing his rook over is Kramnik. I think Kasparov overlooked this. Now Kramnik bringing, and the knight is swinging back, attacking the h-pawn. But now Kramnik could play the move like bishop to d5, for example. Bishop here attacking this pawn 3 times. He would win it for sure. He's played h3 first. The knight is going back to f6, the bishop back to f3.
He's played very safely. Bishop d5 looked like a great move.
Sure did, and now rook to e5, threatening this pawn. Looks like b6 will be played automatically, and now bishop to c6, and Kasparov moving. It looks like as if Kramnik could win a pawn.
No, he can't. I don't think he can take it because he'll lose the bishop. After rook takes, after the exchange, the king will come out, the rook comes across, the king comes across. I think he would lose the bishop.
Kasparov calculating. Kramnik has decided to ditch the d pawn. He played the move bishop to e6.
Now, if knight takes pawn, the question is, will Kasparov be able to play to pin the knight to the queen?
It doesn't look possible.
There's
Knight to b7, attacking the queen and attacking the rook. That looks
okay.
nasty. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Kramnik just double checking, and
he's taken it.
He's ripped that pawn off the board. Now he's up a pawn. Kasparov retreating his queen to the b6 square and getting ready to line up a rook on the d8 square, looking to win that knight. And Kramnik needs a move, and he's changed.
Oh, that's very powerful.
Kasparov knight away, and Kasparov playing knight to g4, now threatening knight takes on e3, and then winning a knight.
So, what's going to happen here? He can play the knight. He can play the knight back perhaps to the c4 square. That doesn't look too bad. That'll be attacking the queen at least.
The problem is that pieces would be exchanged.
He's played f5. Matching blow for blow.
Wow, these guys, they just won't back down. And now if knight takes, queen takes, and bishop takes, he can take this bishop, and then his queen can crash in on e6 to check. Kasparov needs a big-time move right now, and he's playing queen takes knight. Queen captures knight on d6, and it looks as if Kasparov has won his pawn back. Oh, it's a great move. Queen takes, and he's going to win his pawn back.
Okay, so now pawn takes bishop, at least. Now, well, maybe more than a pawn. Wait a second.
Queen takes,
he's
bishop
exchanged.
takes.
He's exchanged off first. Now what happens? Pawn takes bishop, knight takes,
rook
he's
takes,
played,
and knight takes e3, pawn takes, and now it is Kramnik's move, and his bishop is under attack.
Bishop comes out to d3. It's a good safe square, but Kasparov, he can snap another pawn off. He can snap the pawn off here. There's nothing to stop it.
Trying to decide on which one is Kasparov with only two.
No, he's defended the pawn. That's a very unusual decision. And the bishop coming to a superb square. He should have taken the pawn off.
Very strange decision. Now the bishop up to the e4 square.
Kasparov hesitated.
And oh my goodness, now bringing his rook over is Kramnik. I think Kasparov overlooked this. Now Kramnik bringing, and the knight is swinging back, attacking the h-pawn. But now Kramnik could play a move like bishop to d5, for example. Bishop here attacking this pawn 3 times. He would win it for sure. He's played h3 first. The knight is going back to f6. The bishop back to f3.
He's played very safely. Bishop d5 looked like a great move.
Sure did, and now rook to e5, threatening this pawn. Looks like b6 will be played automatically, and now bishop to c6, and Kasparov moving. It looks like as if Kramnik could win a pawn.
No, he can't. I don't think he can take it because he'll lose the bishop. After rook takes, after the exchange, the king will come out, the rook comes across, the king comes across. I think he would lose the bishop.
Kasparov calculating finally, and the bishop has retreated. The king defending on f7, and
Kramnik,
that pawn.
oh, he's played the bishop to c4. Excellent. Kramnik still with the advantage here. That bishop's stronger than knight. b4, excellent move.
Now trying to open up the game on the right side. He's got all of Kasparov's pieces tied down, but what kind of move is this? This looks impossible. Why can't he sack on e6? Yeah, and then take. And then the move.
It's a winning position.
No,
wait a second.
Maybe not. Kasparov has a very active king, and that might be the thing here. Kasparov is counted on. His active king might be enough.
Surely this is a winning position for white. It must be winning.
Well, why should it be winning?
Oh, no,
double
C4?
pawns are not necessarily going anywhere.
That's a strong move.
Kasparov may be holding the balance. All he needs is a draw, and Kramnik now looking for a way to get in. But Kasparov with a delicate balance, 3 against 4, but these pawns are doubled.
Oh, b5, that's a good move.
b5 has been played, and now Kasparov going to the right, and now holding Kramnik's king in is Kasparov.
But
now
wait
it's
a second.
balance.
This
h4 has
this
been
might
played.
be winning. If Kasparov's king backs down, then white's king comes over and takes the pawn.
It's up to Kasparov. I don't think that. I'm not sure that was right. But it seems as if he's held the balance, and now a4 might put
pawn to
Kasparov in
a4.
Silkspawn. This might make
but
Kasparov's
wait a
king have
second.
to move.
Pawn comes to a4, the king goes across.
And look at this, and now
g4,
Kramnik,
excellent move.
Ooh, Kramnik playing this ending like a genius. Now g4, and Kasparov's king is going to have to move out the way. It's unbelievable. Kasparov's king's going to have to move the way. He's going to have to give up ground, but maybe he can just back his king up and wait 1 second.
That's dangerous.
Now king e4 could be deadly after an exchange. Capture and then play king to e4. He's played king f4. Now he's brought his king across, and now Kramnik could go this way and go after this pawn, but Kasparov could go in here and go after that one. So is the balance been maintained?
It seems okay for Kasparov.
Kasparov might be okay. The king looking to go this way, but this king going that way, and now he's advanced and he's gone in that direction. He's captured, and Kasparov. Look at this. Kramnik has found a way to get a pass pawn, and Kasparov bringing his king back, and now both pawns are going to queen. Look at this. It's a race, and both pawns are going to queen.
And Kramnik still with the
Both of them
advantage.
trying to get their queens, and now a check, and Kramnik is about to win a pawn. King up.
You can take the pawn over,
He
and
can
it's
just
going to
take
be...
it, but instead he's played check. He's played a check, and the king moving over another check. And Kasparov not sure with a minute and
Now
four
he
on the
can
clock.
take the pawn. He can
Another
take the pawn on
check.
A7.
Continuing to check, he could rip that pawn up and get a passed pawn, but there would be perpetual check on the back rank. So he's just checking. He's not sure which one he wants to do. And Kramnik
Total
still checking.
confusion.
So it's madness on the board. And Kramnik, he needs to take a pawn, but if he does, then Kasparov can start checking him. For all it's worth, Kramnik freezing now. He's played c4, and now the checks begin. Kasparov checking, and another check, and he's checked him again.
This
The king
must
has to
be a
move, the
draw.
king's going back,
This is a
Kasparov
dead
checking, and
draw.
now he's about to win a pawn. Is Kasparov? Kasparov can just rip off the c-pawn, and he's done it. And now a check, a feeble one by Kramnik. Kramnik looking for, but Kasparov has taken another pawn. Now Kasparov is up 2 pawns. Kasparov through in a thriller, moving on to the finals. Wow, what exciting check!
Amazing.
So Kasparov will play the